Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'll continue along with the animation here. So, currently what I have is, well, one, the parameter or the keyframe needed to make this meat sizzle. Looks a lot better when you're not really particularly close up to it, because the bubbles do look a little bit weird once you get real up close, because that's not how that bubbles. But from far away, it does look like there's a little bit of action happening on the surface of the meat. The oil doesn't really feel particularly great, but I think it's most of the way fine. And then have a 2-second motion currently set up for Otogi and Niko. Just gonna move along and work on Yukino here next. For all intents and purposes, this motion is going to be separate from the full kind of full screen motion here. This 2-second motion ideally is going to be accompanied just by a close-up shot of the grill here, which is why we need the meat to be able to do a sizzle, along with the little bit of actual action happening from the grill itself, where the glow is going in and out. Just kind of makes it look like something's actually happening. I'll probably do like a half a second into showing each of the girls here, and then that needs to transition into a different scene where we're going to have the full visible loop here. Well, I don't even know if there's going to be a loop at this current stage, but regardless, what we want to do, I've added one extra motion here, so we now have like this bouncing motion. Actually, wait, no. I just remembered something that may become a problem here. I added a new mouth, so I need to actually fix the mouth motion here. Where's this? So I extended the mouth on both Kino and Kurumi because there were definitely problems with the mouth itself. Namely that it wasn't exactly... Wait, in the right spot. Whenever the thing was actually, or anything was actually curving, so I just extended the line out, so see the line. You can't actually see the line because that thing's in the way. So we have a line here, you kind of see how big it currently is. And then we have the line here, which is a little bit longer. Kind of see the remainder of the new lines sticking out here and sticking out on this side as well. So hopefully this gives us the extra real estate needed to stretch the absolute crap out of the line. Don't actually know if I can... Actually, let me see if I can... Does this line look really weird if I just stretch it out? It does get very fit, which is a little worrying. Because I already just stretched it out when, instead of drawing a new line when I was making the, adjustment. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to... work with a new line. So just like usual, we're just going to go ahead and take a line right through here. Make the default very straight, so you should just be able to do. The fun bit is that the cover is now probably not going to be in this good of a spot. This is more necessary for the lower lip, which actually bends more than the upper lip. This is just by nature of your upper jaw doesn't actually move very much entirely the lower jaw that's actually able to move. So we're gonna do that. Do I actually want to change this out? You know what, let's just match this up first and then we can change out the glued parts. So realistically speaking, the upper lip can probably manage with just a couple of control points. While the lower lip is going to need significantly... Oh, I attached the wrong one. Well, we can fix that later. We're gonna need to... let's just see if 5 points here works for now, and we'll just go ahead and tell this to match the mouth open first up. So I'm gonna pull it in just to match this. Accidentally just kind of slammed the wait, I don't... That should be okay. So what we should see immediately, even when we like turn you and you off, is that the line looks a lot nicer as it's coming around, even though it does definitely look a lot thinner, given that is a bunch of pixels that have been stretched out. There's still a little bit of jaggedness that you can visibly see, but we can't really do much about that by just the fact that this is how computer graphics works. Computers can't see curves, they can only see straight lines. So that is the limitation there. I can try and mess with these to try and mellow out the edges a little bit, but I don't think that's particularly worth the... Okay, let me just fix this up now. Hello there, how are you doing? Alright, so first up, we're going to need to now remove the portion. So we'll just remove this complete portion and also paste this in. Then we need to go from here over to here to here to here and to do that. Then we're going to go you, we're going to grab all of you, we're going to bind that. We're going to go, we're actually going to tell you, how do I delete this? How do I delete it? I think that worked. Okay, then we're going to here and we need to make you. And then we do the same thing over here where we need to go into you. We're going to just grab all of this crap out of there and delete the one extra point I didn't need to. We're going to go to here and to here and then here and to here. That and then 1, 2. Actually, wait, no, we're going to you glue out. And then we go 1, 2. Bind the new mouth onto here. I might need to actually go back into the art mesh or into the Clip Studio and actually thicken out the line so that it's a complete line. You know, a lot of time I feel like maybe it's just me, but the mouth itself doesn't actually need to be particularly thick in terms of the line. Okay, so let's do that, and we're just gonna go like that, and then we just need to be able to see you and you here for a bit. So we're once again just gonna go ahead and match it to the original mouth. That shouldn't really be too much of a problem because we're now shrinking in the mesh, which is much better than pulling on it. So we'll just see how this behaves. Once this line gets significantly thinner, this should look significant. So we'll see how that ends up as well. Because we should really start seeing that, especially at this shape where the shape is significantly shrunk in. It's like all the mesh, all the vertices are pushing into each other instead of against each other. So now we have this. Do I have a things? How do I do? Oh, how you doing? Okay, that I don't even have that. Okay, so I really pay more attention to what the top is. I feel like I could just literally grab the top. The default lock, the default lock. You know what, you? Just pull that down. That doesn't need to be that high up. And it should stay within the shape because it's masked to the inside of it. I'm actually gonna grab you. We're just gonna yank you. Why is this why is this vertice just like raised up a little? That's really not. We are acting on the mesh directly here, but it is a line, so it should be fine. But it also means I can do these very minor adjustments directly to the mesh if something just isn't feeling quite it. So the two main forms we're really using is here, and I need to change this default. I think I do actually want to change the default here a little bit. We're just gonna try and squish this in. So grab this point, just squish it in, just squish it in. The thing I'm worried about here is actually the mesh itself stretching when it changes shape. Like it is fine. It will just squish this in as well. The fun thing is that this will actually pull on the cover of the mouth as because it's glued. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. Okay, so we're really only using like this area of the matrix, unless I feel like I need something else for the positive on the form. So we're just gonna leave that there for now. Okay, so while that's fixed, should I fix the one Kurumi as well while I'm at it? I really should. Alright, so we stretched out her mouth here as well. So we now have a new mouth piece. Okay, there we go. You into here. Then we just need to go 1, 2, 3 into here, like please. It'd be very nice if you could just there we go. And the lower lip needs to be down here. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing here where we're going to go ahead and get that out there, and then we're just going to go right through here. That should do it. Okay, and we just want to grab you, do that, do this, you out in, and then we're just going to go ahead and match this to the exists, not you, where's crew, mouth motion here. We're just going to go ahead and match these new lines to this as well. Actually thinking of making a more custom piece for what to do with the opening portion of the animation, so have a think about that as well. But for now, let's just match this, and they will work from there. Ooh, all right, let us go. Go ahead and just pull this into position. We just need to match what we're looking at right now. The line should be different, so the line should be a little bit nicer when it gets buried. In that down instead of up. Because it's kind of the same problem here where you can kind of see this very jaggedy. So let's see if this new line fixes any of that. Also, it, you know, make it match the or glue it to the whatchamacallit, why am I blanking? The skin cover. Alright, what else do I have here? Bigger one here? Okay. I just match it to this. Okay, do I actually have a thing here as well? Okay, let's just sit this like this for a bit. Is it? Who's sticking? Oh wait, you're sticking. I don't know if that should be how that's done. Alright, either way, we're gonna remove the glue here. And we're gonna remove the glue here. And instead we're going to glue the cover to this piece. Actually, let me just get rid of one. Let's just give this a little extra, shall we? Not gonna cause a problem? Hopefully not. Well, let's just hope that doesn't cause a problem. I think it's about there. Honestly, at this point, I'm not sure. Well, as long as the important bits are glued down, it doesn't really matter, so let's just glue the important bits down and hope it doesn't break anything. Fix it if it does, because that's definitely a healthy way to go about it. It really shouldn't cause a problem. Alright, that's what we need to do, so good enough. Fixing that while we're at it, and then let us hop back over to the animation now. Did I add an iPhone onto her? I didn't, right? Okay, let us slap this on. See how effective this ends up being. Is this left, right? Add a blend shape here. Realistically, I'm thinking that this shouldn't require too much adjusting, but we're just gonna kind of lift up the middle of the eye there. Or like around this area here. Edge ideally. I have a iris dilation here, dude. hum, hum, hum. Alright, let's see. Um. Ba, 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 bum. Um. Ba, 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 ba. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum, ba. Um. How do I feel about that? Ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum. Uh-huh. Um. Where's the mouth? How to be a beauty yet. Alright, let's miss these. What do I want to do? Where is... Oh, they're not based on Halo. They're not. Hum. I didn't. I want to just swing her off from side to side instead. Let's just try it. Did I end up putting this right upon? Alright, we'll go out. I could still with that. Oh, I didn't do a... I need a highlight variable for me. Indeed. Hello, indeed. Let's... Well, I tackle it that. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Going through some final couple of motions, hopefully. We'll get through all the animations. I'll just do that for now. Okay, I don't want to do this. Physics needs to be limited with the animation. I mean, I can make a swing more, but I just want to get all the motions into place before anything happens here. What do I want to do? I want to have a forward thing here. I'm gonna do something like that. I think I need a separate mouth entirely here. That's nice and chill to work to, and it's also royalty free. Do I want to bring the head down a little bit? You know, I think I want to just bring the head up a little bit and over just a tad. And then, as we're leaning forward, I want to bring the head back to forward, and then let's lean that down, and actually let's keep... Actually, no, let's bring... How far down can I bring this without looking a bit weird? Alright, let's just see what that did to the motion here for now. Okay, I'm gonna start with the eyes closed. Start with the eyes closed. I want the eyes probably to be open at max. I don't have iPhone. I want probably the eyes to open at max around. I don't know if we start the eyes closed and do a couple of frames of the eyes closed and do here. We need an eye form. Kind of very cheaply done, but. pull this down though. I want it more like right in the middle. I don't want to lift that part ideally, right? I want to widen the bottom of the eye too, a little bit. Maybe widen the bottom of the eye, just add. Sure, go with that. Right, so we want to pull up around here-ish. We want to pull this down a little bit. We want to pull this in a little bit. Alright, what kind of monstrosity have I created here? That should be fine. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing a negative eye form because I haven't used it, but you go ahead and just go. We'll just pull this in a little bit as well. Save that. Okay, so we want to use this, like, want to max this out kind of right about here. Probably want to drop this down a little bit, like right about there. Probably want to mellow this back out around here and give it like a little. We're still give it the eye a little bit. There. That's not too much. That's what? Oh. Let's pull this along a little bit. I want to turn the head a little bit more. Probably miss the mouth form a little bit when the mouth is closed. Let's just make it look a little less jarring by adding some motions here. So we want to go a little bit this way. Into about here, we want to go a little bit this way, and then back this way. Just a single motion here, so it should be okay as long as I separate. I'm being a little bit lazy. So we want to lean forward, so we want to go this way. Should be more than that, or should be less? Just like take a wild swing and then we'll just pull these back in. I'll have these swing a little bit more than that to make it look like it's coming back in a bit later. Not too much? That looks insane. That is completely unhinged. Reduce this. Just reduce these. I don't think these need to be as big as I'm making them. So the one I'm doing right now is ideally like a opening little bit to the animation. So right now we're working with just 2 seconds. And then it should transition to a looping animation. That is the current plan at least. Okay, that looks less insane for the hair. Is that bit of the hair? I should do something to the mouth. A little jarring, does not. What should we do with this? I haven't actually decided what to do with the looping or whether to make a loop at all. It should just transition into at least like a more full view of the whole thing. Because this opening bit, the only bit that really matters is like the heads exactly, pretty much. It's sort of a close-up shot of the heads. I'm gonna have to edit that in probably in DaVinci outside of Live 2D. I'm gonna like export this and then whatchamacallit, edit it and put it together inside DaVinci. Well, I have no budget, so there's not going to be any voice. There's probably not going to be any sound either, because I have no budget and I don't know how to make music. I'm just going to have to find some background music, play over the animation. Unless you know some really bored people who will work for free, because I don't have the money to pay them. Make this small, make this a little bit bigger. And we want to just swing this out. Just leave it there and just see what that does to it. There's something that could be a little bit more aggressive. The unfortunate bit with Blue Archive is that nothing but the battle scenes are voiced at all, unless they happen to be part of the anime, and they are not part of the anime. Because there are 0 voices for the actual story portion, you know, where the majority of, or the highest variation of words would be used. There's absolutely 0 voice. So there's not much sampling that can be done, unless you want some quotes that can be used in the middle of battle. Let's actually see if the wiki has their voice lines when they're in the cafe, because I don't know how much they would be, because they're also relatively new additions to the game itself, so I don't know how. Well, there's actually a problem with that as well, is that Yukino is currently not a playable character, so she has 0 voice lines in the game. It'll probably be even more jarring if 3 of them can speak and 1 of them can't. Hello, how you doing? Oh good, cheers for stopping by. Hope you get better. being sick definitely ain't a great time these days. Of all the other stuff we have to worry about in the world. Alright, let's mess with the... what is this? This is her ear. We want to pull her ears back a bit. Kind of do the same thing where we kind of flop in. And then pull them back to neutral. Let's just see how ridiculous that looks for now. A little bit. Let's pull this back a bit more then. Okay, and then at the peak of this, I need the iris to go like... when the eye is closed, I needed the iris to be... oh, flash. The iris to big, iris to small, iris to slightly smaller, and then iris to normal. Oh, whoops. Alright, let's gotta fix that. Where is it? Side lash. Did I not move this at all? That is so funny. Okay, okay, you need to be like down here. And then we need to go in. Okay, what has this done to this for now? Let's have a look at this. A little bit more this way. Should be close enough that it doesn't look completely. That's the only thing that currently doesn't have motion. Pretty sure the other... oh, you can't really see the other side either, so it's a bit of a gamble whether it actually moves or not. Okay, I need to do something about the mouth. Mouth is really... oh. But first, while I'm down here, let us in. I will go out. We'll go... oh, have I done her? We're going to like get you to about 1. I'm gonna bring this to about 2. And then right at the peak here, we want this to be a... we want to hold that for a little bit. Tongue is not in the right spot. We're going to just bring the tongue down a little bit more. Was it just because I haven't really moved the old mouth very carefully whenever the mouth was not open? I think that's probably more likely what's causing this. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that is horrific. Probably need to just move the tongues. Alright, let me just go to the toilet real quick. Alright, let's continue. Um, Where is the spot? Okay, I'm gonna try and reattach or attach a new piece over to let me just check. Alright, let's go over to here. I'm gonna add the little star eyes over to Kurumi as well. Which means that we're going to go through the general hysterics of me trying to add these stupid stars to the eyes. Yet again, that went not particularly well last time, so here we go again. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and grab the two colors, which I believe I can actually yank out of here by just turning. Oh, close enough. I can feel that. Alrighty, let us try and put this in now. Just gonna raw do it straight on top of the whatchamacallit, the PSD. There's definitely a part of me that thinks maybe I should just do it as uniform as possible and then reshape it inside Live 2D. That's honestly easier than me trying to finagle this. But I'm gonna try anyway because I just need to practice. Man, that looks a little horrific. Why does it look so horrific? Why is it so uneven? That's still very off. That's gonna need some reshaping. But it's good enough to work with at this point. Okay, let's try this. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so for now we'll just shove you into here and we'll throw you into here. And we need to what? That, and then we also need to do this, and we'll just go. So we need to go 1, 2. Okay. Alright, let me just reshape this a little bit. Okay, so then we go into here. So, once again, we'll go star. We'll go, not iris, a pupil. So basically, when star is on, we want it to be only on here, so we turn this down. Then we want this to be off when max, so we turn this on. Ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, la, ba, ba, ba. Hum, hum, hum. What else do I need to do here? Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. How does that feel? Bu- bu- Okay, so we want to open with a shot that is only looking at the meat. Okay, zoom this out slowly. I'm gonna need to make some masks for the bit I need to do in a video editor, but I'll have to figure that out. But I think each of the girls, well, what they're doing right now, I think it's like largely fine here. That's just the brow moving from me not being very good at the hit, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, it actually kind of mixes in together to look okay. Ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, la, bum. Okay, now, do we want to create a giant looping motion? Could be in twos, right? Twos or fours, second intervals in terms of looping motions. Hmm. The right way. Um. Not particularly happy with what I'm doing with Yukino's mouth here. I don't know how I feel about some DPs. Alright, I think it's in a spot where I can just leave it for a bit and decide how I feel about it afterwards. Or do I need to try and do something with the mouth? I think if I want to do something about the mouth, I'm gonna need to add a third value to the mouth open here. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, try working on that one now. Let's reduce the whole width of the line for the most part. Where's the eye form? Can you mess with the mouth form here? Hello there, by the way. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently messing with between the motions and the animation at the current stage. To try and fine-tune a lot of parts. Not doing a looping animation just yet, still messing with a 2-second opening section. Definitely need to do something. It's basically just based on whatever I'm doing with the matrix here, right? I definitely just need to reduce the form here on some of these. Should help a little bit. The line is just very long. Gonna pull this in. See how nicely that all works. So what do you Okay, kind of just want like an in-between form. Yeah, so we're just gonna very late. Yes. Should change the general feel of the mouth in a couple of parts. I just need to open the mouth more. There's the mouth. I'm not really opening the mouth fully at all at any spot here. Um... I think for... How do I feel about this? Where is eye opening? Let us shift this back to kind of align with that a little bit more. Maybe that. Wait, where's eye opening? Eye opening is like... Ah la. How do I feel about that? How do I feel about that? My question is, do I want to increase the swing on the simulated physics at all? Because right now, since all of the parameters are controlled, I can technically increase the swing on some of these parts. Because honestly, some bits are not moving very much at all. You kind of see, yeah, that's like going between one, just going between 1 and 1. I think for Niko's here, I really don't want a big swing, right? Maybe like a bigger swing on the side here. Let's increase all of the side here parts by a little bit. Let's see what that does. Makes the side bits of her hair swing a little bit more. It's only swinging on one side right now because her hair is actually... Because for anything that isn't this part of animation, it actually needs to follow her head turning and not the what the up and down motions did. That increases the side motion a little bit. Just the cheek. Increase that for a bit. I think the halo glow is actually like way too expensive. What the? Too much. How do I feel be at the end? Probably need to adjust the clouds here a little bit as well if I want to just keep that all together in one thing, don't I? Because this is separated quite a bit because it's supposed to move very separate. I mean, this bit isn't going to be looping, so it doesn't really matter that this is just like clipping back into a previous spot, but what does it look like right now? Oh yeah. I still don't know how I feel about those bubbles. Don't know if the bubble should be like faster or not. right now it's just doing something completely that just looks completely insane. Okay, so I want a looping section. How does it have to go? First up is to decide on the interval that we'll be at. So if we do 12 seconds as a full loop, then it could be broken down to 1, 2, 3, and 4 second parts. What I end up doing for the for this? Have a look at this. The loop itself was what? Like 42 seconds. And this was like very much visualize. Like this is the actual loop bit here. Was this like 2 seconds? You kind of see like where one loop ends and one loop starts. It's just a line of parameters just like sitting in front of a spot. This is the fun bit where I'm just like gonna have to throw a bunch of keyframes and then just see how it feels, isn't it? Probably just gonna make a whole bunch of looping motions, aren't I? And then increase them whenever the head of the body moves. That'd probably be the best way to go about it. Let me have a think about this. So if the hair has a set way where it kind of swings, I can make that loop. Basically, that will have to. I need a breathing breath. I'm probably gonna need a breathing parameter, aren't I? My voice is picking on and off because I'm actually looking. This is a bit where I'm stressing and I'm pacing. That is the best approach here. If there is a breathing parameter, that could be looped with the air parameters so that those swing a little bit as and then add the head motions, the mouth motions, the eye motions. Well, I think eye motions could probably be just built in partway into itself, and then add more if it's appropriate. And then make sure that is not synced up between all four of them. It'll look a little bit weird because we're working within a fixed frame of time, then either they're all just gonna like blink in sequence pretty much, or all of them just gonna blink less. Then this is the bit where you realize I really haven't thought this through. Should I take a quick break while I think over this a bit more? We can stare at this for a bit while have a good old think over it. What can we do to take a break? Actually, I could do some ethical gambling in the game for a bit, I think. Let's see if this is updated. I think the update was today. Was it today? I think it was today. Yes, it was. We're just gonna ignore that. I really had to stare at those choices while I worked that out. Alright, let's do some responsible gambling in the game with in-game currency. What other ways are there to do the loop? I think I really just have to set up a whole bunch of things on that's... Well, that's not helpful, I already have that. Ah. Well, that was quick. Was there a silly pack here? Let's have a look. Road to Worlds, what do we have in here? 3,000 for 20 packs is here. There's a lot of stuff, I don't know how much of this. I'm not going to use half of this crap anyway. I don't want like one thing from this whole thing, I don't think that's really worth it. You know, it's like two URs, I think. What's in here? Oh, there's alt arts. And the Pokedex is in here, and the cosplays are in here. That's way better. Is there a box? No box. That's what 1,500 for. But I don't need either of these either though. But this is more like an extra thing. But what's this even opening? Oh, but that's a secret back. Ooh. Alright, well, let's take a break here. Let's do some ethical gambling. What do I need here? Let's see. One. Don't know about this. Oh, that's just fun. Let's see. One. Well, this would be nice. Two. All. Oh, you're. 3, 4. What's this swing? Oh, this swing's kind of separate, isn't it? 5, 6, 7. That's actually not too bad. 7. Alright, typical gambling. Yikes. Okay, well, that's 1. 2, 3. That's not bad, and also one of these. Probably also open the 3 packs. Don't need that. Okay, that's nothing, right? Nothing. That's a second copy, don't need that. That is not what I need. Oh, that is fun. Oh, this is a little horrific. Don't need that. That's a third copy already. Not a lot of the same thing that I don't need. Alright, that's the last one I can pull. Oh, that was truly horrific. Alright, let's have a damage report here. Alright, well, we can break 3 of those down, we can break 2 of those down, we can break 1 of these down. Oh, that was actually pretty horrific. I need a knit deck before I can do the rest of it. Oh, hello, that's sharks. Anything in here that I don't know? Anything fun here that I don't own? On a rock. Bahamut. Oh, there are actually some fun things in here that I don't own. Oh, and ooh. Oh, that is. I should probably actually buy this one. There's some fancy stuff in there. Make us some burgers. Oh, we can keep gambling here because gambling in a game with virtual currency is always fun, right? Alright, some 3 packs. Wow, absolutely nothing. What's this? Oh, this is actually a branded pack. This is where the good stuff was. And that's not any of the good stuff. I didn't even get a single new card from that. That was so sad. Oh wow, that is. What's this? Oh, that was for us. These are just regular animations. That is a fancy thrust. That is a Shurg. Don't need that. What the heck is this doing in here? That's all the free stuff. That's all the free stuff. Well, that was actually kind of horrific. Alright, I'll be with this later. On my own time. Alright. Okay, so, I think the game plan is we need a breathing animation or breathing motion on all of them. I'm gonna do a very lazy breathing motion because I don't think it's really worth the trouble of going through and actually doing a full-blown one at this point. So maybe we're gonna separate it from the halo, but otherwise we're just going to go 1, 2, go breathe. We just need this kind of up-down motion that exists in some capacity. We're going to make this into a 2x3. And we're going to do the same thing as we did with the former before. We're just going to like reshape it to our needs a little bit more. Actually, I just need this on like the 2... On like... Because this point has to control the lower body. I'm actually just gonna try and make this deformer do exactly what I need from it. Just like force it to do what I need. I literally just need like a control point holding her lower body down and then like a up motion on her chest area that goes up and reaches up towards the head area here. Let me try doing this. That's too much. So we do something like this, right? Just like a very small motion from here to here, very slowly. It does very vaguely look like breathing. That is exactly what we need. And I'm also going to make... Oh, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Because if I make a new deformer from this, it's going to be the same shape as the deformer I put up. The parent, isn't it? Oh, that's really... Let me just do something about this real quick. Let me take this out and put this over here for a moment. Give it a new deformer here, which is square, because that's just easier to manage if I need to create deformers later. Then make this a child of this. Then tell this deformer to give its parameter to the newer square breathing deformer, and it should still give me the... It does not give me that. That's really unfortunate. Alright, fine, whatever. We'll just leave this horrendous deformer in place. It's not ideal, but it does do the job. Because if I morph the crap out of just the deformer, it doesn't pull some parts as much as it could. Okay, we just need to do that on all 4 of them. Probably have the halo match that, but actually, should the halo match that, or should the halo be offset from it a little bit? I'm not offsetting it from the head turn, so technically there's not a particularly good reason to offset it from the breathing either, is there? Yeah, not really good reason to. Let's just put the halo into here too. Have it go up and down with the breathing. So basically, we're just going to grab 1, 2, 3. We're just going to make a breathing parameter. We're going to go to 5, 3. We're going to kind of do the same thing where we want this control point to hold her body in place, this control point to pull her chest up. And yeah. Also, this parameter needs to be inside here. And we're just going to do the exact same thing. We're going to pull your body up a bit. Just pull up. And then pull the body down a bit. And then we just use a very minimal amount like right here. Beautiful. Oh, this already includes the... funny. Where's the body motion? Alright, same deal. We just need 1 point to anchor her body, 1 to pull on all the bits that need to be pulled on, and then the rest we don't really care because we just want... Right. Hold up, I should just be able to, just like, back on, right? Okay, now. Alright, very good. Just ignore the unhingedness of the former. Alright, you anchor. You on the chest, and then other parts you can kind of do whatever. Honestly, it's not that important. You know, it has reached a fun bit where every time I make a new parameter, I can feel the lag. This file is getting very large. Because it's something I can literally feel. Okay, so do I actually need a empty thing right now? It's actually better about working with empty ones here. I can just like slam all these parameters in. Okay, from everything from there to here, delete all of this crap. Don't delete the placement. The placement is very important because you can't set the defaults for that for some reason. Or you probably can, but I don't know how. Actually, I should probably check that. Let me check that. Why do I have to do it in the track? Why can't I not have this as a setting somewhere else? Why can't I not just say, hey man, can you put the canvas in the middle? Why does it have to be by default like off to the side because it thinks it's like a... I don't even know what the default actually is at this point. What is the default? It's like some... If I take this out, it becomes... What does it become? Actually... What? Why is it behaving now? After I remove everything? Why just remove it very gently? 640 by 360. That's only what, like... Is that the 720? That's the 720p. Why does it do that? Don't do that. Not even a freaking thing there. Okay, the breathing itself can more or less be synced, because honestly that doesn't matter so much. Alright, I just stick the hit back on the head properly. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so the breathing gonna be a little bit of a problem because it does have to loop. Why did it do that? That feels okay. The looping, this loop support thing, I don't really know what's doing, but if it doesn't cause a problem, we'll just try using it. Hmm. I just set these all up and then just play with them a bit afterwards. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. So now it's a little offset on all of them over the 12 seconds. Ba-ba-ba-bum. How much does that help it? Okay, so then I need to. Oh, I just need to go. Basically, need to give everything like a very minor swing back and forth the whole way through. What's this do for the looping assistance? So I don't put a like a default value into here, just doesn't try to loop it at all. Hmm. Hmm. How does this have to work? How does this have to work? That basically means that I need to... Okay, basically everybody just needs like a default parameter here. Everything's just gonna need a default here, and we're just gonna have to swing it kind of randomly here. Whoa. It just has to happen more often. Can we please grab this and just shift it? That looked completely insane. What the heck am I doing? Oh dear. That ain't it. If that ain't it, then what I need to do here? Hmm. I think also the fact that these motions just shouldn't be that big, mostly because it's kind of throwing them in a little randomly. So these will probably have to adjust a little bit for any hidden motion that occurs anyway. It's gonna need a lot of playing around with, isn't it? It also needs to be adjusted the moment the head turns or the body moves. Don't actually decide on how the body should move first. You know, that's also just throwing a bunch of keyframes at it and just hoping it sticks. Actually really not sure what I'm doing with this. Alright. I obviously need to think this over a bit more, so we'll just finish up here for the day. We did get the initial portion of this done, which is a little bit of an opening animation that we need to put into here. I think it's probably going to be close to like a second of just this. So I'm going to extend this out by about a minute. Push everything here back because you don't actually be able to see any of the girls. Maybe like a little bit of like the bottoms of their uniforms there. So maybe extend out the motion a little bit, but at least from what I've experienced with some animations, 2 seconds is actually a long time. So maybe we could actually just go a half a second of this into like the remaining 1/2 seconds showing before them. See how that goes. But either way, that'll do it for today's session of animating. I'll see if I can figure out the best approach, whether to do the motions first and then try to put everything around it, or to do some base motions first and then adjust them with any bigger motion that occurs afterwards. I probably actually should be putting the motions in first to figure that out. Either way, thank you very much for watching today's session of animating inside of Live 2D. If you want to see more of this, be subscribed or following depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like because it helps me out, and see you again next time.